Hey, this is something different that I've never tried before, but it's something I've thought about for a really long time. I have some things I forgot to address in my first recording of this video. Forgot to say that my name is Honey. This is going to be a more serious topic. I also forgot to mention that I want to remain unbiased on this subject, at least until the very end. It's something that I've been wanting to get into for a while now, because it affects a lot of people right now, and it's just a weird little story. I'm sure a lot of people this has affected. Here's the story so far, okay? So I grew up in a small town, grew up in North Carolina. It was kind of like a hick town. It was a public school, and it was like all white kids, and they wore camo, hunted, and fucking football and shit. There was this girl who was friends with like my girlfriend in sixth grade, which is silly. And I remember this girl being like a really nice girl, really sweet girl. I hadn't talked to her since I was, maybe I saw her at a school dance, so maybe like 13, and I'm 28 now. It's been a long time. As you get older, I think there's a lot of us out there who look up old people that you might remember, Jimmy Neutron Brain Blast, and you'll remember somebody from your past that you totally forgot about, and you'll just try and look them up and just see if you can find them and just see how they are, where they are. You might find out that they're on the sex offender list. They're dead, in jail. They're great. They have children. They have a husband or wife, or neither, or whatever. So anyways, I looked this girl up maybe a couple years ago. I don't even remember how I found this. She was getting sentenced for a murder charge. I know I hadn't seen this girl at that point in 14 years or whatever, but I just couldn't see this girl that I knew kind of becoming a murderer. So I looked more into the case, and it turns out it was a fentanyl thing, hence why I said I think it affects a lot of everyone nowadays. She got charged with killing someone for selling fentanyl. According to the DEA document, she basically had kept selling fentanyl after multiple people she knew OD'd on it, and she helped revive a few of them. I'll pull up stuff and put it on the screen. One day she sold fentanyl to some dude, and he did die. And she told the cops apparently that, yeah, she knew that people were dying, and she kept selling it. And she was found with a bunch of other drugs. She got sentenced to 15 years. I'm sure people probably feel maybe that's too much, maybe that's too little, but I think it's pretty messed up, and I want to ultimately get in contact with her in the prison system. So I'm going to write a letter, and I'm going to video myself trying to get in contact with the jail system. I also forgot to mention that I want to talk to the victim's family specifically, if I'm able to, if they want to talk to me. Obviously, I don't know if they're going to want to, but this case is 6 years old at this point. People that I knew growing up from there, her family, if they want to talk about it, how this happened, and think it's a fentanyl crisis in a small town story, and every small town has one, but maybe I can talk about this one, and I want to talk about this one. I'm going to do a bunch of research. I'm going to post what I have. I'm going to dig into this as deep as I can appropriately. I don't want to continue to mess up people's lives. If that's what happens, I'm going to stop working on this project. I'm going to go as far as I can, and I'm going to try and talk to everyone I can about it. I have a bunch to talk about and a bunch to work on. So I'm going to go ahead and start editing this little clip, because this is my first time doing this, and I rambled and messed up a lot, but I'm just trying to keep it natural. I don't want this to be too artificial. Trying my best to just be myself, be articulate, and convey the points I want to get across. I'm an emotional person. I let my emotions get the best of me a lot of the time. So if I phrased any of this weirdly, I didn't mean to. If what she said she did, according to the plea, is what actually happened, then obviously this is a really, really dark story, and that's something that blows my mind. So I'll get back to you. I also don't want to make this about me, because this story isn't about me. I don't know where this is going to go. If it helps one person out there, that's perfect for me. If you find this interesting and I do a good job and you think that this can help someone somehow, then let me know if it worked. Oh, and forgot to mention that the next part of this video should be me making the first phone calls, writing my first letters. I don't want to share anyone's names and faces yet.